So Trae Young did whatever he wanted against Philly, and in that first half, it became pretty clear that Danny Green could not deal with Trae. Whether it was one screen, two screens, the Spain pick and roll or whatever, or just a Trae ISO, or just going past Danny like in transition or whatever. You just couldn't really handle him. Yeah, it was Thibault on a couple possessions, but it was mainly Danny Green. And then it was Ben Simmons later on, but at that point the hole was so big and whatever else. I mean, Trae drew a couple of fouls on Ben as well. At least one of them was questionable, I think, but that's the main thing right now is the Sixers just need to find some sort of way to slow down Trae Young. I mean, yeah, they had some plays where they forced him into a floater and there was a like Tobias contesting him at the rim and Danny Green right behind him, but it was still too comfortable for him. And I think the main thing they need to do is they need to either, if they're going to double team, really double team him and don't make the pass obvious. Like, you got to push him off of the spot, which I think happened on at least one play in the third quarter. Or when they're going to bring help, it's got to be like after he's made his initial drive, which is tough, but that way it's not as easy for him to just recognize immediately who the open guy is. Whatever it's got to be, I don't know. But just putting Danny Green on him and hoping he can defend him well enough one-on-one, it's just not going to work, clearly. I think it's got to be Thibault or Ben the majority of the time on Trae. But they also didn't do a great job on the other guys. Some of it was John Collins making threes, and Philly will take that over Trae Young just getting whatever he wants. But, there was a Lou Will contested three. There was Bogdan getting a pull-up three off of a screen that Dwight didn't step up on. I remember there was some two-man game on the left, not the corner, but a little closer to the top of the key between Herter and Bogdanovich that resulted in, I want to say, a Herter pull-up mid-range over Seth Curry or something. So it's not just Trae Young doing whatever he wants, but that is still the heart of it. If Trae Young was contained somewhat in this game, then obviously it would have been much closer and Philly would have had a chance to win. I think the Sixers offense was fine for the most part. Yeah, they had those turnovers in the first quarter, but Embiid pretty much got what he wanted, and that is some fear, the meniscus for Embiid, but the post-ups and the mid-range jumper when he had to go to it, they ran one pick and pop where Embiid, instead of settling for the three, took a couple steps into mid-range. The Hawks were bringing that double team on Embiid similar to what they were doing against Randall. The difference is that Embiid will still punish you around the basket, whereas Randall was helping them out with taking all those bad jump shots. They were also running a bit of a zone outside of those double teams, and we'll see as the series goes, as they dare Embiid to be a passer. There was one play where Embiid got it to Seth Curry really quickly, and he did it before the zone was really able to establish itself, and Seth got a three off of that. So, again, I don't think Philly's offense was really the problem in this one, besides those turnovers early. The other thing was Doc going to the full bench lineup in the second quarter, and in the third quarter, it was still out there, a lot of bench guys, but at least there was a little bit of staggering where it was Tobias or Ben with those lineups. Those lineups are not going to work in the playoffs. There's just no way you can survive for 5 minutes with Dwight, Korkmaz, Maxey, Thibault, George Hill. It's just not going to work. We did have Ben Simmons setting some screens in this one. I don't know if it was super effective in getting him baskets, but I think that's still something they can explore more. The other thing is Ben just being really aggressive. There were some possessions where it was either Bogdanovich or Herter. They were on Ben, and he was getting some momentum in transition, and you just got to go at him every time. Yeah, I know the free throws are a fear with Ben, but he just has to go at those guys every time, because I don't think they can guard him without fouling him. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Throw more attention at Trae. Don't bother with Danny Green. Don't go to the all-bench lineups. Hope the Hawks shoot a little worse from three. And if you're going to bring extra attention on Trae, don't do it too early to where it's obvious of where the open pass is going to be at. Besides that, Trae Young's just playing great. You couldn't ask him to be any better throughout his playoff debut.